into the game. So, why is this game different and why this special? When this game came out, we all thought this was a sequel to the normal Professor Layton series, because at this point, this game was brought out after Azure Legacy, and we all thought, hey, this is a fun sequel explaining more of the Layton story. No, turns out the game released from an anime. So this game's basis is an anime in which the protagonist is Catriel Layton. And this game is gonna be a lot different, so we cannot directly compare it to the Layton games. Like, the mechanics are practically the same. But, like, the story is based... It's not really a story. The story is based around the anime, so it's not the full actual story. It is more so a collection of riddles with a little bit of, you know, more of the anime story, but it doesn't count like as a full-fledged Layton game. So when this game came out, everybody was really disappointed because it wasn't a full-fledged Layton game, because at that point we all knew that either they would completely drop the series or we would have to wait ages. Now, between Azure Legacy, it was 2014, 15 I think, and the game we are gonna get next year, hopefully, Age of Steam, it has been about 10 years of release, so nobody was ever sure if we gonna get a new game after, anyways. And then Layton's Mystery Journey come out, and everybody was like, oh, a new Layton game, it's gonna have Professor Layton in it, it's gonna be so good, it's gonna continue the story. No. That is not the case, so for anybody that has those expectations, because they've never played the game, don't think of it that way. This game is a game that is playing in the Layton universe, and it has to do with Professor Layton, but it is mainly purely based around the anime. So if you're interested in the full story while we're playing this, you can absolutely watch the anime. It does exist on Amazon Prime, I think, currently, and it's actually quite good. It caters to more of a whimsy audience, so it's not for everybody. It doesn't have much excitement, things like that. Although some episodes do, but it's not really like, you know, it's more for the people that like cozy, more laid-back anime with a little bit of fun. Actually, there's some hilarious scenes in there, but yeah, it's different. So when we're gonna go into this game, don't expect Professor Layton. I'm purely playing this because it is from the series, and because it has riddles. So let's actually start. And there's technically a Switch version, which has some bonus content, but that is ridiculously expensive. Hello? Why are you not? Nothing is reacting. Why? Okay, let's do that again. Like, it is reacting, but it's so offset? Hold on, let me recalibrate that. Considering his story... Hold on. This is gonna annoy me, huh? I will have to... Is there a calibration thing or something? Let's see, if I do my both screen thing now, that doesn't make it better.
right then.
I love how the toast bounces out. It's so adorable. But yeah, the style of this anime is like the Professor Layton style, the iconic one. The reason it got an anime is mainly because the Layton series was huge or is huge in Japan.
My journey as a detective starts here.
Apparently it unscaled my lower screen again, so there's part of the border of the upper one. But I'm not gonna fix that because it's gonna unfix that every time I open it. It always does that. Or like half of every time. But yeah, the reason why it got so much backlash is because it's not a mainline dating game, but based on the anime. The anime has a lot of seasons though. It has 5 seasons. Was it 5? 5, I think. Not 7. You didn't know you're at the grocery store? No. Also, the game exists for phone actually. It was originally for 3DS. But then at the same time it came out, the Switch kind of around the time came out, so they made like a base Switch version. Which you cannot get anymore, you can only get the Plus version for Switch, which is like $40. Because it has some more riddles, but we're gonna play the base version.
Lucy, I've opened a detective agency on one of London's most happening streets.
So yeah, I guess let's get into it.
Any mystery solved? That's the Layton Detective Agency's motto. I can't wait to find out what mysteries are waiting for me. You must come and visit me if you have the time. Yours faithfully, Catrielle.
Yeah, just always really good at these games. A Lady and a Tramp, yes. So it kind of is an accumulation of like scenes from the anime that they basically gamified.
Phew. There, all done.
Hey, you there!
Who said that? Was it you?
Can you really solve any mystery?
Oh, a talking dog.
You're not surprised?
It's only talking.
Only talking? Is it you?
Yeah, casual
That's
talking
it.
dog.
Can you really solve any mystery? Seeing you hang that
I know,
sign gives
I
me
don't
an
know why
idea.
you worded that like you're inventing
Let's
to
see
environment
you
and
try
secrets.
and
It's good.
unravel this puzzle.
It is good. Okay, let's prove the doggy that we can solve any mystery. A letter K has fallen down from the sign above the cake shop. Use the 3 triangles to make the letter K inside the box. You can move the triangles around by sliding them, and you can rotate them by touching them. I mean, it's obvious how you need to do this, right? It's a negative space K. Nah, this being higher thing bothers me. I don't know if there's a calibration thing for this. My brain just goofed. Oh well. There we go. Okay.
I've seen how to solve this now.
Beam.
Puzzles are made for solving.
Also, the original thing was made for Japanese, so the voice thing is a bit off. But can I? No. No, I cannot actually do anything about that. I need to check about that after. It seems like there's like a little gap on top here and then not below, and that's not how it usually is supposed to be. But it is calibrated when I'm outside of the... Hold on. Yeah, it's fully calibrated when I'm outside of the zoo. It's not my tablet, so it is the program. I don't know. Care for cake, anyone? I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever, we don't care for pig rats. We do need the points though.
Right. You seem to be up to scratch.
Thank you. Why don't you step inside?
Mm-hmm.
So, what can I do for you?
Look at me. It's obvious.
What?
I'm a talking dog.
Yes, I can see that,
And? All right then. And I have total amnesia.
a dog with amnesia.
If I could just remember my parents, it might make more sense. I feel like I'm me, but not really me. I don't even know if I'm pedigree.
Is that all?
No, that's not all. I want you to find out who I really am.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. I'm a talking dog.
Obvious.
Got anything else? A diabolical box that kills you? A letter from the future? A relic from an ancient civilization? Nothing like that?
Nothing.
She's referring to the old cases, of course.
This
From
is my
Professor
first
Layton.
inquiry. Perhaps it's fate. All right then. Any clues?
She was hoping to
Well,
get
not
exciting
everyone
cases
can
like
hear
that, but
talking.
no.
Some can, some can't. It's very rare to find someone who can, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That dog! It just spoke! Oh.
Now there's two people that suddenly
And here's
can hear
another
him.
rare someone who can hear you talk.
Who's this?
Apparently, he's my assistant. I told him I don't need help, but he won't listen.
Overly dogged. No one wants that.
What's all this about, Miss Layton?
This talking dog wants me to solve the mystery of who he is and where he comes from. So, we've had our first inquiry.
Incredible, miss. Such a fascinating case from day one. Your reputation obviously precedes you.
So, I don't believe you told me your name.
Ernest. Ernest Greaves, miss.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that is about to boot the anime has to.
Have I said something wrong?
Bit late in the brain.
Anyway,
I can't even remember my own name.
That's bad.
well, do you remember anything else at all?
I've got a vague memory of a tower or something falling down, and then lightning flashing across the sky.
That's it.
Goodness, golly, not much to go on, is it?
Who asked you?
It certainly isn't. I've no other cases at the moment, so why not? I'll do what I can.
You will? Well, that's great.
Oh, but I must insist on my fee, even for man's best friend.
Oh, I'm not poor.
Well, here's the paperwork then. Now, you'll need a name. How about Shirl?
Shirl?
You said you can't remember your name. So, I've thought of one for you, with inspiration from the famous Sherlock Holmes. It really suits you.
Oh, that's splendid, sir. Being named after such a prestigious figure, I mean.
Like I said, who asked you anyway?
Look, here. Shirl O.C. Combs. Shirl is a great name.
For a girl?
Don't yap, Shirl.
Stop calling me that.
Surely there's no need to get angry.
Cat, are you in?
Ah,
Good at
Inspector
puns though.
Hastings.
Inspector Hastings, whatever is the matter? You look positively beside yourself. You won't believe what's happened. Who's the loudmouthed long-nosed nerd? He's got more color than me. This is Inspector Hastings, Shirl, from Scotland Yard. Despite appearance, he's actually responsible for ensuring London's safety. What's that mutt doing here? Don't tell me you hadn't about yourself a pet, cat. A pet? A pet? Do I look like a pet? Don't answer that. Looks as though Inspector Hastings can't understand what you're saying, Cheryl. Of course he can't. Like I said, it's an exclusive club. Most people just hear woofs and barks. And yet, in a straw poll of those present here, 2 out of 3 are in the club. Very exclusive. Can't help it, his super snitch ears and one of the enlightened ones. Umax? What is Umax? Also, where's my phone? No, I don't think we do. Doesn't sound familiar. What are you muttering about, Cat? Sorry, Inspector, to answer your question, no, Cheryl here isn't a pet. Rather, he's my very first client, the first to have signed on the dotted line and enlist my service. Well, strictly speaking, Miss, he can't sign anything, of course. He's digitally impaired. An excellent observation, Ernest. Let me rephrase that then. The first to have put his paw print on my paperwork. Is this some kind of wind-up? Well, anyway, we haven't gotten time to be discussing pets. Got a case I need on, Cat, and I need you on it right now. How intriguing. Why the urgency, and why you need me in particular, Inspector? Because we all know you're the best. You've proven that when you helped me out in the past. With your little grey cells on the case we have solved in no time. I think, well, properly. His confidence in you is inspiring, Cat. Don't you worry, Inspector. There are no cases in the world that Miss Layton couldn't crack. Any mystery solved. That's the Layton detective agency motto, you know. Well, let's hope you can put your money where your mouth is, because we need all help we can get on this one. Perhaps it's time you told us what's actually happened, Inspector. Germany's a escape. Well, we do have a lot of other varieties, though. Well, it's hard to believe, to be honest. I mean, you never expect something like that to get nicked. Something's been stolen. Berkeley a case, isn't it? Oh, sorry, it's here, but not your average run-of-the-mill burglary. This affects everyone in London. The whole of Britain. Gosh, really? Whatever could be so important? I think you better just come to the scene, then I explain everything. That sounds like a very good idea. Lead the way. Hello, is there a little matter we forget in here? What about figuring out my true identity? Yes, well, the trouble is, this new case just sounds a lot more interesting. Interesting? You decide which cases to investigate based on how interesting they are, do you? Exactly, I'm glad you understand. Well, pardon me for only being a talking dog. I really must try harder to be more interesting. Oh no, Shirley, don't be like that. The case is important to us, but we're experiencing a high volume of inquiries at present, and we've had one new inquiry. One. Never mind, clearly the inspector has his knickers in a twist about something. Not jump the queue if he has to. Good, that's settled then. Now let's get to the scene and start investigating. Where are we going, Inspector? Just down the road it opens to Big Ben. Big Ben? The Elizabeth Tower, I presume. The burly Benjamin who lives a few doors down, surely. The hand that feeds. Case 01. In a case that truly immediately shows you how different this game is gonna be. Yeah, that's missing. Good gracious, the horror end is missing? I'm afraid so. It was reported to us this morning. So that's what this is all about. One of the hands from the clock tower has been stolen? Unbelievable, is it? We gotta catch the hooligan so that I can get him back quick smart. But there are 4 clock faces on the Elizabeth Tower, aren't there? Even if this one hour hand is missing, the other 3 faces will still show the correct time, surely. That's right. I mean, certainly it may be a little inconvenient, perhaps, but to describe this as an affecting of all Britain, isn't that rather an exaggeration? Yeah, I bet I've said the same thing, but it's much worse than a bit of inconvenience not knowing the right time. The problem is we do a visit tomorrow from Ambassador Feu de Falvois. Oh yes, I remember reading about it in the Times. It's the anniversary of the Treaty of Rome, isn't it? But what's that have to do with the Elizabeth Tower? The ambassador is going to be receiving at the venue side of the Houses of Parliament and Big Ben, and as a symbol of the tireless friendship and cooperation between our 2 lands, they planned on giving him a present, pendant modelled on the hands of Big Ben. Oh dear! Yeah, so you can only imagine that the conversation is gonna turn to the subject of Clock Tower at some point. It's not gonna look too clever if their hands and depend on mother done half and half inch by some lowlife scoundrel in a Medicon couch. Obviously, a bit plastered all over for impress as well. The bloomin' disgrace, that's what it is. I see, so that's why you intend on tracking down the culprit and recovering the missing hand before tomorrow's engagement. Exactly, really need your help on this one, Cat. Of course, I do everything I can. Our national pride sits at stake here, as you say. Well, that's a relief. I was worried you turned me down. Obviously, Scotland Yard will be carrying on with its own investigation at the same time. It's all hands on deck. Got officers scouring the area around the tower, so you can ask them if they got any leads. Leave it to me, Inspector, or we get started at once. Gosh, miss, it's so rousing where you take the bull by the horns like this. Oh, no, wait a minute. What now? Well, as this is our first case since the establishment of Layton Detective Agency, I'd better show you the ropes. Let me explain how I like to carry out my investigations. Ah, yes, please do, Miss Layton, aka give us a tutorial. Yeah, whatever. So slide on the lower screen, blah blah blah. Good hang of flicking your boobs. Sorry, I mean your fast learner prince ropes. So let's get straight down to business and start investigating. Let's start with the top of that lamppost, shall we? Hint code? Amen. You want croissant curry? Honestly, without the rice? Or, I mean, you need the rice, because curry can be quite oily and croissants are quite oily. I mean, I think... Or you need something else, like... Maybe you need just croissant curry with salad or something that, like, breaks the fattiness, you know? Some greens that break the fattiness. So, ditch the rice. And make croissant curry with salad or something on the side to, like, break that up. Golly, a little coin drop down, look. Yes, that's a coin. They can buy you hints when you're solving puzzles. Of course, I like real money. Once you spend them, they're gone. So only use them when you really need to. You find them in all sorts of places, so leave no stone unturned. I see, so in kinds of shiny little creatures, are they? Come on, Cat, why are you drawing you for the case, woman? The case. No, Inspector, let haste must speed. Investigations need to be carried out carefully, and above all, you must record everything at each step. Teaching grandma to suck eggs, aren't they? Let's just go over the most important items in my bag. Yeah, fair. I don't. I mean, not too oily. Like, oil is a nice taste carrier, but too much? Not nice. Yeah, we have the bag, we have the journal, we have the safe, we have the puzzle deck, we have the wardrobe for later. I mean, you got enough in the bag of yours, Cat? Ever heard of tidying? This is a crazy idea. We can actually get rid of stuff you don't need. Oh no, it's perfectly fine as is. The trick with any handbag is to know where to find everything and what to use when. Good, that's covered the fundamentals of investigative process. Now it's time to put theory into practice and investigate the clock tower. The clocks are awfully high off the ground though, aren't they? And you must zoom in, Ernest. Zoom in, miss. How do you do that? Clicking on the plus, yeah, whatever. Very natty. Well, it's extremely important to be thorough when you're investigating, you see. So why don't you zoom in now and take a closer look at the clock face? It's true, the shorthand really is missing. But of course, the other clock faces all have both hands. Yeah, it's only the one side that the shorthand's been taking, and the other three are unaffected. So just one shorthand that we're looking for. Even a shorthand from one of the clocks on the Big Ben clock tower would be a very sizable object, not something that would disappear easily. Obviously, we searched all around the clock face as well as the base of the tower, but that's that and just disappeared into thin air. This is turning into a very interesting case indeed. A quarter of London doesn't know what time it is, and you call it interesting? Alright, now that we know what we're dealing with, it's time we started to investigate. We should start by stepping back and looking at the bigger picture again. Not until we haven't checked for certain hint coins. Okay, doesn't seem to be any. Where do we start, Miss Layton? Time is of the essence. We have to solve this before Ambassador Dufafa arrives tomorrow. Let's begin by asking Inspector Hastings' team what they've learned so far. That's right. Why do the work yourself when you can get someone else to do it for you? Nonsense, Joel. We can't afford to duplicate effort, that's all. Of course. Come along then, you two. No time to lose. Come on, miss. I mean, she has a point. Why I spent more time and effort in that? And then... Inspector Hastings, can you summarize what you found out so far? Not a fat lot, really. There was a bobby on the beat there last night. We confirmed nothing but the myth was a miss at 11:50. Wasn't until 6 this morning that we got a report from a stunt local who happened to glance at the clock. We came to confirm the report straight away and found it to be true. The error and was well and truly gone. So at 11:50 last night the clock was fine, but by 6 this morning the hand was missing. So we're looking at a window of about 6 hours in which the crime was committed. That's about the size of it, yep. And wasn't there anybody else who looked at the clock tower in that 6-hour window? We're looking into that now. We got officers asking locals if they saw anything. There must be someone who looked at the clock in all that time. No doubt if we went door to door we could find some witnesses, but we just don't have that kind of time. So we just have to manage with what we know already, do you mean? Pretty much, and those hands are massive. It would have taken someone fair or well to make off with it, that's for sure. 6 hours? So yeah, once you have all the clues you can assemble already, basically it's a bit interesting. So yeah, 6 clues. It's so exciting to be investigating a case at last. What do we do first, miss? We'll stop by interviewing members of the public, Ernest. Gosh, that sounds like proper detective work. Let's find out if anyone here has noticed what's wrong with the clock tower and if they might have useful information for us. There are rather loud passerbys here, aren't there? How do we know who to ask? The more people we talk to, the better, so let's get started. Yeah. At least this time they actually give you hints on what to look for. Hey, look, that other guy looks familiar. Top of the morning, got a minute to answer a few questions. Alright. I'm investigating the extraordinary disappearance of little and old Big Ben, see? So did either of you happen to see anything around these parts last night, such as, for instance, a person or persons transporting a large and object? Gosh, he gets straight to the point, doesn't he? He's asking the very questions I was to ask him. Wait a minute, say, sorry, I'm Douglas Sturt. Everyone calls me that. I'm a reporter with the London Times, see? Are you readers at all? Oh, it's a person I think the London Times is the best paper in the city. You're too kind, lad, although it made it my mission to dig up the most dirtiest of dirt and uncover the most unsavory of soups. And at present, as I mentioned, aforementionedly, I'm investigating the appearance of Big Ben's aunt. And it happens we're investigating the same things. Perhaps you might share anything you learned. So you're investigating this, well, there's a turn up for the books. You don't look like detectives, I must say, and if I had to guess, I pegged you as a young couple who'd walk out a lovely dog in this delightful morning. Well, I am a detective. Have you ever heard of the Layton's detective agency? Layton, I have the famous Professor Layton, of course. Didn't realize he had an agency of people in his employ. Always nice to have signed up with a complete unknown. Really inspires confidence. Oh, what a blow, mind you, I didn't really expect any different. Don't worry, Miss Layton, you'll be famous soon enough, I'm quite certain of that. Anyways, as it happens, I was at the office all evening yesterday, penning my latest article. Did not observe Big Ben at all. And I'm afraid to say my own investigating just getting on the way. I have nothing to impart at the present time. Oh, it's so hard to read his text because he has the accent thing. I see. Well, thank you anyway. I wish you all the very best to your own investigative activities, of course. Likewise, sir, good luck with yours. And take up for iconic Big Ben. Pretty clear. Our international conspiracy. Alarm bells ring across Britain. Stars like these write themselves, eh? The Americans gonna be a smasher. It certainly is. If we don't solve this before the story breaks, there'll be all kinds of repercussions. You're right, we must press on with our investigation. That guy looks familiar, doesn't he? Yes, he is. Stash and scarf and our beloved familiar random guy. Well, how long's been, would you say? How long? I'm sorry, do we know each other? I'm fairly sure I never met you before, sir. Know each other in a way, yes, in a way now. My fingers scarce to tight. People like Lace, washing along in the river, sometimes meeting, sometimes parting. You rather lost me, I'm afraid. I don't suppose you noticed anything about the Elizabeth Tower last night, does you? I was already dreaming sweetie by nightfall yesterday. You're an early sleeper, aren't you? So you wouldn't have seen anything. It's not all you wanted, I tell you what. How about a little puzzle to occupy the mind? I say, a puzzle? The world is full of puzzle, Ernest. Sometimes during the course of investigations, people come out with puzzles for you to solve. It's all part of the process. So let's see what sort of puzzles we're dealing with here. I mean, considering it seems to be a currency in a way in this world, makes sense. The hands of time. Clock is currently showing the time as 3:30. It would be nice if the hands on the clock were till midnight. What would be the minimum number of places you need to touch on the clock to show the desired time? Minimum number of times to touch. I mean, technically, if you turn this one... one or 0? Does it look like all over from Pikmin? Either 1 or 0 technically, because you can just... No.
What's the matter with me today?
Or actually can be 2. If you move the hand... Yeah. If you move the hand and then turn the clock upside down, it shows midnight. But that would require you to touch it twice.
This should do it, I think.
No.
Not good, Catriel, not good.
Or 0 because you can just wait. Is it 0 because you can just wait? No. Nah, this like offset thing is tripping me off.
This should do it, I think.
Yeah, it's 0.
Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
Because you don't have to, yeah, whatever. Yeah, you need to wait. Yeah, but then it's not immediately, so I don't know. Wording in Layton puzzles. Very impressive, that's how to tackle all the puzzles you're going to face so convincingly. That wasn't any help. We've investigated all we can around here. Suggest we head closer to the tower. To the scene of the crime at last. They said this is rather exciting. I need to explain to you how we move around. No, you don't. I mean, yes, you can, but you don't. Looks like we can get inside the Elizabeth Tower from that entrance there. So let's head over and see what we can find out. No, not what I meant to do. No! Achoo. No. Double click. click. Thank you. Thank you. Again, I'm still sick. That's mainly just sniffling. But the entrance to the clock tower looks to be over there. Oh, the police officer seems to be examining something. That's what they found. Let me see. Oh yes, that's right, Miss Layton. Inspector Hastings mentioned to you. Yes, here it is. You're assisting with our investigation, I see. So to share information and resources. Thank you, officer. That will be very helpful. Another on the ball detective, isn't it? Yes, this is DC Nick Booker, one of the Inspector Hastings' men. Nick Booker, thrown to the profession, was he? Perhaps you'd be so kind as to tell us what you've learned about the case so far. Yes, well, according to our inquiries, seems like there's been an outbreak of metal theft in the capital recently. Metal theft? Yes, I think that's what it says here. Yes, metal being stolen from factories and warehouses. Really? What on earth would anyone steal pieces of metal for? Some metals are valuable, honest, and thieves can sell scrap made from them for high prices. Yes, according to my notes here, the missing clock hand was made of yes, it is very valuable metal that would fetch a good price of so we continue along this line of investigation. I see, metal theft. Well, thank you for your help, DC Booker. Don't mention it, madam. I'm just doing what it says here in my notebook. But then why wouldn't they have stolen the others too? Like, if it's metal theft, then of course stealing all the metal would have made more sense than just one hand, or also it's way too huge to lug around and to sell. Like, people are gonna notice immediately that it's from the clock tower. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hi there, perfect weather for a run, isn't it? It must be a pleasant place for jogging here with all the green space. Yes, I love it. I've done 50 laps already today. 50? I'm good run, by the way. Good run. I love their puns. Been running in cities all around the world, just can't get enough. I have marathons and other events, but ordinary city streets are my favorite place to run. Just not for exercising as I watch other people go about their business. I like doing push-ups to exercise my brain too, and to keep my mind off making muscles. Just came across a great one, actually. Try it. Too much energy. Bubble blast. Shoot bubbles from the cannon to burst off the bubbles floating in the air. To pop bubbles, you need to form a chain linking bubbles of the same number horizontally and or vertically. The chain needs to contain at least as many bubbles as the number displayed on the bubbles in it. Slide bubbles from the cannon on the left into the empty space to fire. Ammo is replenished after each shot, but you need to burst all the bubbles within the maximum shot time. Okay. So, no, not what I meant to do. Shot bubbles from the cannon to burst off the bubbles. Chain needs to contain at least as many bubbles as the number displayed. So 5 needs to, so if we blow 4 up, we can have 5. Nah, that's annoying. We can have 5 there. We can have 2 there. 3 there. 3 there. It leads to at least, so 3 can be blasted. And now we're stuck. Impasse. Try again. Okay. So we can get 4. Can we get 4 in one go? We have the problem with that 4. Can get these 4 immediately. Or I can get this 4, and then we have the gap there. We have to at least spend 2 for the 4th. Actually 3 for the 4th. Because we have to go connect this one. So 3 turns for the 4th, which leaves 6 turns. We can have one for those threes. And then one for this. Unless we cannot connect actually horizontally or vertical now, right? Yeah, it cannot be diagonally. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which leaves us 2 for the 5 here. And then the 2s we cannot burst. We cannot move them. Starting with 3 or 4 just makes sense, right? If I connect them here and here, I can burst all of them with that. So I need to burst the 4 here. And then I can technically burst the 3 and the 2. Then we have those 2. This one is actually kind of tricky, isn't it? Need to form a chain link bubbles of the same number. Chain needs to contain at least as many bubbles as the number displayed. Slide bubbles from the cannon on the left to empty spaces. It'd be lovely if they actually would float, but I don't. Is this actually... This is stupid to get stuck on already. I don't know how to burst all of these in one go. Nor do I know how to burst all of these in one go. I mean, we can burst the 3 here. Oh, I'm stupid. We can burst the 3 here if the 5s are gone. So if I put the 4 out and pull the 5s out, we can burst the 3 and that 3. I was just misthinking this, I think. Yeah, I was just stupid thinking this. Never mind. What's happening? I'm bursting bubbles. There we go. I was just stupid. I forgot you couldn't link those two.
And that's how it's done.
I mean, not really stupid, just needed some brain time. Yay, I got it. I made myself the life more difficult than it actually had to be. Yes, that's a nice one. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, I'm ready to push on. Beat the pain. Good luck. I'm going to stay in London for a while. I think there are lots of places around the city where I'd like to run. Want to make sure to see as much as I can while I'm here. Maybe I see you around sometime. Bye then. Well, that was a whirlwind and a half. Hello, Miss Layton. Inspector Risings has instructed us to give you full cooperation. Wonderful. So I don't need to explain. Could you just tell us what you found out so far? I'd be glad to, miss. We have ascertained that the night in question being last night there was no one here. No one at all? Not even janitor or something? Correct. There's a room behind the large clock face known as the clock room. However, this room was locked overnight. So, is the clock tower always empty overnight? Except for when works are ongoing, yes. When the servicemen are in, they sometimes work late apparently, but last night the servicemen locked off early, it seems. So there was no one around who might have seen the thief. Sorry, no, to have better news for you. So you left for a minute and got scared? No, we've spoken to the investigating officers. I think it's time we had a look inside the clock tower. But it's locked, isn't it? Should we talk to the PC Beaten, do you think? Excuse me, PC Beaten, would you be so good as to allow us entry to the clock tower? Why, yes, of course. Inspector Hastings gave us instructions to cooperate fully with you, Miss Layton. Step right in. Thank you. We'll come in if you may. I must warn you, it's one long staircase when you get inside. I hope your leg muscles are working. Yes. Actually, we haven't looked for hidden coins. I don't really care too much for hidden coins, but might as well. The nice thing about the misalignment of the magnifying glass doesn't really matter. That's a lot of windows to clean. Oh wow, that was very German of me to say. But it is a lot of windows. Let's go here. And the good thing about the misalignment of the mouse thing is that it doesn't really matter when you're in the like zoom in menu or like investigation menu, because you reset your lens basically the entire time. Golly, what a lot of stairs! My feet are killing me. Oh, I cannot tell with so much air. I get coughing fits. Goodness grace, you should have been ashamed of yourself getting tired out so easily. You're panting harder than he is. Oh, look, it's spectacular. Never seen the internals of the clock tower before. Magnificent. Being inside such a huge and important landmark like this is rather splendid, isn't it? The clock face and the clocks are so enormous. Yes, it's quite exciting being allowed inside a place that's off limit for most people. Right, you two get on your details. I just remembered something I forgot to mention before. Oh, what's that? Sometimes as you're investigating, you come across something unexpected. Unexpected, miss? Yes, as you move the magnifying glass around, you might notice a peculiar disturbance in some places, like a puff of dust almost. When that happens, be sure to investigate thoroughly, even if the magnifying glass hasn't turned orange. Look hard enough and you're sure to be rewarded. So make sure you're investigating all those nooks and crannies carefully. Let's give it a try now. I mean, it showed us where to, so... Redis wristwatch. Blah. Collection box has been added. Nice. I don't really care. Yeah, whatever. You never know what you might find while you're hunting for clues, so leave no stone unturned, Ernest. No, Miss Layton. Very good, so let's get back to the task at hand. I think perhaps that's Sarah's man over there, look. Oh yes, you're right, let's go and ask him if he has any useful information for us. Both hands present and correct on this face at last. That would be a good puzzle, wouldn't it? I'm a face, but I have no eyes, no ears, and no mouth. Do you have hands, or what am I? As it happens, though, there's a different puzzle here. Look, you want to try it? Well, I am the personal assistant of the greatest detective, Miss Catria Layton, so I thought to take a puzzle or two from time to time. See, it's basically the Luke, just more, oblivious. Try under this clock and ball puzzle. The objective is to move all of the balls into the corresponding areas of the clock. The balls can be moved vertically or horizontally. But the lines and the numbers of the clock act as barriers and they cannot be crossed. You also cannot jump over the balls or place one ball on top of another. Slide the balls to move them and touch the arrows to change the time on the clock. Okay, I see how this is going. Now we need to go higher. We need at least a 2 to move that one over. And a 0. And then like that. My accent does, you know, favors when you say the phrase clock and ball. Doesn't help that clock and ball is a phrase you never heard in your life and would never assume that's what you're saying. You mean because I swallow the L? A little bit. It is more so because my cold, because the L, you know, if you have a nasal sound when you're having a cold, it doesn't really help. But ta-da!
So, in conclusion, still no patch on Miss Layton, of course.
Well done. Good work, Pinstripes. You're cracking back some respect here. Why, thank you, Shell. I'm merely a personal assistant to Miss Layton. I do hope to prove myself useful in the puzzle-solving department. I really don't remember saying I wanted a personal assistant. Oh dear, miss, please don't reject me. So yeah, he, kind of appointed himself as personal assistant. The clock faces us of us. It's really rather strange seeing them from the inside. But apparently from the missing hand, there doesn't appear to be anything out of the ordinary. Okay, let's talk to the maintenance guy, I guess. Hey, what are you doing outside? No entry to public. It's alright, I'm from the Layton Detective Agency. The police have given us permission to investigate here. You're a serviceman for the Great Clock, I'll take it. No, yes, I'm Hans Lipsky. If this is for missing hand, I already said to police everything I know. You people are drilling hole, my buddy. Well, I'm sorry to ask you to repeat yourself, but would you mind telling us what you told the police, Mr. Lipsky? 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 Can't help his name, Shell. There's nothing for telling when hand went missing. I was already at my home. Don't know nothing. You went home early yesterday, you understand? Day before I was working until after midnight fixing those clocks, so yesterday I got home early. Was there anything unusual about the hand that was taken? It wasn't loose or misaligned or anything. No, I fixed only 2 days ago, like I tell you. And I put it back, made sure it's good, fixed on. I see, so there's no chance that hand dropped off then, slipped off of your hands, perhaps? Police already investigate everything in here around clock face, but they find nothing and they have gone now. Yes, tell me, Mr. Lipsky, when did you notice that the hand was missing? Same time like everyone else. When I looked out window morning, I see missing hand. Oh, so your life is inside of the clock tower, inside of the face with the missing hand, I see. No, yes, I'm living close to here on Chancellor Lane. Gosh, how extraordinary. The same street that the agency's on. It's strange that we didn't notice the hand was missing ourselves. Exactly, I'm sure I remember seeing it when I looked at the clock tower this morning. Because you were looking at a different face, it depends on where you are living. Oh, that's it? No. Well, I guess. I'm missing something there, but what? There's one last cue. The mechanism is fast as well, isn't it? And it keeps ticking despite being one hand down. It's like the hours for your other faces showing the correct time. The people of London rely on Big Grand to know the time. Was that it? Yep. Okay. Really, apart from the missing hour hand, nothing seems to be out of place. Golly, there are no clues at all. I would have expected to see some traces of the train after it's such a large object to make off with. Need more information. Let's go back down to the ground. There's something I'd like to ask Inspector Hastings. I knew this time would come, the descent. It's alright for you, but I'm taking my life in my paws climbing down these stairs. Yes, with your short linen legs. Get off. No, Shell, it's safer this way. Ernest will carry you down, won't you, Ernest? I will. Hey, what did you pull that face for? I haven't gotten fleas, you know. I didn't pull a face. Come along, no arguing. Just tread carefully, Ernest. Yes, miss. He doesn't seem too happy about that. There's Inspector Hastings. Look, even from this distance, I can see furrows in his brows. Perhaps this investigation isn't going very well, miss. Seems like it. Cad, what have you got for me? Who did it then? Who's the culprit? Please, Inspector, calm down. I'm still in the middle of my investigation. Oh, I see. I have a quick question for you, actually. According to Mr. Lipsky, you officers examined the clock face, isn't that right? Yeah, of course. I had him check the clock room, the clock face, and all around the outside as well. But there are no clues, no fingerprints, nothing. There really are no traces at all, are there? Sorry for the yawn. Well, I had them take samples from the floor and the walls and from the clock face. They're being analyzed back in the yard now. Now, when will the results be ready? Shouldn't be much longer, so what's your next move? I think we head back to Challenger Lane. We will. You mean we're going back to the office, Miss Layton? You can't can't do that. We haven't gotten anywhere yet. I need your full attention on this case, Cat. Inspector Hastings, please, you mustn't be so big-headed. Sometimes you have to take a step back in order to see things from where they really are. Is that so? We're gonna see if we really couldn't see the clock face, or could see the clock face. Yes, so if you excuse us. Hey, you're not serious. No, she is. Are you sure leaving the scene is the best idea, Cat? Yes, of course. Come along now. You did it. Let's get back to cancelling. Chancelling, not cancelling. It's not distance. We'll be there in a jiffy on the bike. Oh yes, I should explain about how we move around during investigation. In the intro of the anime, she actually drives the bike too, so this is quite fitting. They definitely hit the anime quite well with the game. Well, here we are, Chancellor Lane Corner. There are a lot of interesting shops around here, aren't there? It's such a lively place. Well, we're here for a mini break, are we? Good idea. First, let's have something to eat. Huh? You know the old maxim, a rumbling tummy is a detective's downfall. No one says that. Of course they do. Well, they should do anyway. You know, thinking about it, I don't know the street very well at all, even though it's where the agency is located. This is the perfect opportunity to ever stroll down the line and get better acquainted with the neighborhood. What you say? Well, at least I don't have to be on the late. Hello there, lady. You have a treasure. Flexing the preserve. Okay, so we're just stealing people's food off the tables? Oh look, what lovely terrace area this restaurant has. Ciao, Bella. Can I take your order, Senora? Ah, thank you. Golly, it is a little overfamiliar, see? Just before we order, I wonder if I could ask you something. Has there been anything unusual happening around here recently? Anything unusual? Well, a lot of cutlery has been going missing lately. Forks and spoons and things. Yes, and silver trays as well. You mean they were stolen? I cannot say. There were no signs of breaking and entering, and no cash taken. So it doesn't seem like a burglary exactly. I see. Well, thank you. Now, would it be alright if I ordered? I'd like a squid ink spaghetti with fetty herb salad and herb salad on the side, please. Sounds delicious. And then the chef's luminous omelette, special, the hellfire risotto and the mushroom surprise gnocchi, please, and all at the same time. And they say dogs have eyes bigger than their bellies. For a minute there, I actually thought you were attempting some serious slave work. What did I just tell you, Shell? An empty stomach is a detective. The stomach is a detective. Worst enemy. Okay, I must go and write all that down before I forget. Silver we're missing, huh? But nothing else. Ah, this place serves the best seafood in town, so it does. I've said 7 seas. I sailed 7 seas, and this place tops them all. Now I've had a belly full, suppose I should be heading, gotta get back to work. Let's see, what time's Big Bang got? Ah, good, at least not the Vandrick clock face in view from here. That would have been just my luck, especially seeing as out after losing me watch and everything. I really rely on old clock tower now. Gosh, the missing hand of the clock is already inconveniencing people, it seems. Exactly, which is why we need to be pushing on with the investigation, not sampling every dish in the menu. Ah, that was absolutely delicious. I do believe I may be full. Maybe you just ate for 4. Stop making all that I'm a glutton. You and Ernest shared the food too. Yes, and that was yummy. Ah, well, anyway, shouldn't we be getting back to the investigation now? Good idea, sure. We simply have to recover that hand before Ambassador Fudufafa is visiting tomorrow. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We satisfied our appetite, yes, but now we enjoy the meal. There's something that must come before anything else. Dessert! You want more? Well, there's a nice-looking cake shop right off the street. Yes, you're right, Ernest. I admired the cakes through the window for too long. I already made up my mind to pay the place a visit before long. This is perfect excuse. Oh, we're never going to find that hand in time. Accurate depiction of her in the anime too. She is a glutton, especially for desserts. Look at that bush jiggle up there. It's kind of funny. Or whatever that planter is. But yeah, you can see the clock faces from here normal. So the guy was not telling the truth, or is there another place where you can kind of see the face missing? Oh, how cute. Ah, smell that delicious sweet scent. Seeing all those tasty treats lined up before my eyes is making my tummy rumble. You're hungry after 10-course meal? Ah, you know what they say, Shell. There's always room for dessert. Now let's investigate all the tempting offerings they have on sale. How about investigating the case? Oh, I say, that pastry chef looks awfully familiar. Do we know him from somewhere? I don't look into it. Clearly there's something on to that, but you can't decide what. Ah, you're the serviceman from the clock tower. That's it. Yes, it's Mr. Lipsky again. So you run a cake shop as well as being a technician for the clock in the Elizabeth Tower. Must be rather busy. Of course I do not. I'm Alexa busy. Running this patisserie is my only job. You mistaken me with my twin brother Hans. He's working in Big Band, not me. Oh, I see. You have a twin. Well, that explains it. How extraordinary, bumping into both of you at the same day. And how interesting that you both gotten into such different lines of work. No, yes, at first maybe Becca and Technic took poles apart, but there are more similarities than you think. Really? What kind of similarities? We must both be good with hands. We have always had skill to work with complicated things since we were young boys. We're bad to work with clocks. I work with cakes, but we both must work with our heads and our hands in the same way. Does sound like you both chosen very difficult professions. No, yes, anyway, you're coming here to buy cakes, not talk, I think. Please take a look and tell me what you want. Thank you, we will. We'll have a good look around and everything. What a strange place to find a big teddy like... I can't stop yawning. A big teddy like this. It's so sweet, isn't it? But then it's a sweet shop. That was terrible, Ernest. Truly terrible. Sorry, anyway, I suppose it's just here as decoration, isn't it? No, Ernest, I mean, it was absolutely awful. Truly awful. Well, you just have to grin and bear it. Oh, wait a minute, though. There's something strange about this bear. That's no bear, that's one of my cakes. Really? It's not a real bear? I had no idea. You can't tell at all. It's so realistic. Is everything in here actually one of your creations? Oh yes, everything you see in my shop is cake or pastry made by me and look like something from everyday life. Well, I can see that you have rare talent, Mr. Lipsky. It's my fun to see how much like real thing I can make my creation. Use all different ingredients from around the world to make things look exactly like life. This moment I experimented with wafer. Well, your efforts are certainly paying off, Mr. Lipsky. These creations are capital. Oh yes, my customers like it. They want these cakes for present for their friends and for parties. Theirs made mostly from wafer as well. And ice, they're chocolate. Wow, I'm impressed. Let's have more of a look around, miss. It's like all these vases and stuff are also made from that. Mr. Lipsky said that all the ornaments and decorations in the shop were cakes that he made, didn't he? Which presumably means that these flowers aren't real flowers, does it? Yes, you're quite right, Ernest. On close inspection, they're actually made from icing sugar or something. I wonder what they taste like. Miss Layton, no, you can't possibly take a bite of such a beautifully made object. But if it's cake, its whole, like, purpose in life is to be eaten, so if you don't eat it... Like, that's one of the things that always, like, you know, strikes me weird, is that, like, obviously there's, like, mulling chocolate things that are not meant to be eaten because they don't really taste that good, they're just made out of chocolate to impress. But, like, there's more than enough, like, items, food items that look beautiful and are meant to be eaten and look beautiful, and people are just, oh no, it's too beautiful, I cannot eat it. But, like, the things are meant to be eaten. Like, the things have a use case, and that use case is to be eaten before they go bad, you know? So you can enjoy them slower and savor them more, but I think you should eat them and not actually keep them. That being said, if you keep one piece because it has a really special meaning and it's made of something that doesn't go bad that quickly, you know, that's fine. Same I think with like gingerbread houses and things, people don't really tend to eat them, but yeah. Also, like, what else are you gonna do? Stare at it until the rots is gonna look bad anyway? Yeah, indeed. Like, there's some sugar candy and stuff that you can keep for a long time. But even then, you know, if it's made for display purposes, then maybe, but like just using certain food materials. But if it's meant to be eaten, like a beautiful praline or something, or a gingerbread house, then you should eat it. Actually, you can totally, like, you know, when the gingerbread house is like way too hard, you can totally like soak it in milk and then, like, you know, warm it up and eat it again, like as like a gingerbread cake style thing and things like that. I used to love like snacking on the gingerbread houses. I used to pick off the candy with the icing. And I loved like the gingerbread pieces that had a lot of the harder royal icing on it. It was so good. These shelves are full of all marvelous ingredients Mr. Lipsky uses for his baking. Lipsky uses for his baking. Look, it all seems to be very complicated. Apparently even the slightest difference in the amount of sugar can result in total failure. Ah yes, miss, you must have extremely good attention to detail, rather like what's required for this puzzle. Oh? Failing scales. There are two sets of digital scales. Their displays are both broken in the same place, so the bottom left part of the number does not show. For example, the number 6 would appear as 5. The sugar being weighed is showing up 1 gram heavier than it is on the left-hand scale, 1 gram lighter than it is on the right-hand scale. What's the actual total number of grams of sugar on the bottom sets of scales? Wait. There are two sets of digital scales. The displays are both broken in the same place, so the bottom left part does not show. For example, the number 6 would appear as 5, the sugar being weighed is shown up 1 gram heavier than it is on the left, and 1 gram lighter than it's on the right-hand scale. What is the actual total number of grams of the sugar on both sets of scales? I mean, they both could be 9, but they also could be 8. But then, hold on. One gram heavier than it is on the left-hand scale, and 1 gram lighter than it is on the right-hand scale. Okay, so if it's shown 1 gram heavier than it is on the left-hand scale, and 1 gram lighter than it is on the right-hand scale. So if it was 8, it would show up as 9. And if it was 8, it would show up as 7 technically. So if it's at 9, but it doesn't go to 10, it will probably show 0 again. Do we even see a number here? Or do we actually need to guess when it's similar? I don't think that's... Cause if it's 8... this is tripping me off so much. So if it's 8, then it would be showing up as 9. Or a 7. And 7 is like this, so there would be no line. So there would be no line, so it's not similar. Because 7 doesn't show up like this. So it cannot be 8. One and 0 don't work. Hold on, I think I'm thinking about this stupidly. I think my brain is broken. I mean, yes, the bottom left part of the number doesn't show up. For example, number 6 would appear as 5, yes, and number 8 would show up as 9. Sugar being weighed, showing up 1 gram heavier than it is on the left, 1 gram lighter than what it is on the right. What's the actual total number of grams in both sets of scales? So is this a number that's being shown right now? And they're not even, like you're not measuring the even number. So, since this doesn't change, the number must be 8. So 8 would show up as 9. And since it shows up as 1 gram higher, this must be 8. This must be 8, because this is 9 now still. So it was an 8 and it shows up as 9. Because if it was a 7... No, hold on. If it was a 7 and it would show up as 8. That would also work. Because it could either be 8 or 9. That's the problem. And then the right hand side minus 1 could only be a 9 that shows up as 8. Because of the missing number. Because if it was an 8, then it would show 7, which would mean the line wouldn't be there, and vice versa. Hello there, nice to see you, Happy. Hope you're doing well. So this must be a 9 that shows up as 8. So we have 9 grams here. The thing is, this could be a 7 that shows up as 8, or it could be an 8 that shows up as 9. It could be both. This is badly designed, in my opinion, or am I missing something? Because if it was a 7 that shows up as broken 8, that would make sense. But also if it was an 8 that shows up as 9, that would also make sense. So I would say this one is a definite 9. But this one could be 7 or 8. Let's go with 7 first. Let's go with 16. And if not, then with 17.
My idea here.
I can't calculate.
Right. Oh, fiddlesticks.
Yeah, no. Yeah, whatever. The thing is, it still shows them, so... Because if it shows it 1 gram heavier, it could have been a 7 and it just shows up as 8 that would be affected. So it's likely 17, 9 and 8. Oh, it wrote 15. Ignore that. Ignore that. I was too quick and recognized my 7 as 5. That's hold on. Let's do that 7 again. So trippy that cursor is higher.
I have a feeling that perhaps Miss Layton would never have got that wrong.
I mean, yes, this could also be this could also be a 10 that shows up as 9. Like if it was a 0 that shows up 1 gram lower, that would make it 9. Then it could also be an 18. There's too many variables in this riddle, in my opinion, and I don't think that's just me, right?
I don't cut the mustard at all, do I?
Like, am I thinking about this too stupidly? So, there are 2 sets of digital states. The displays are both broken in the same place, on the bottom left. For example, the number 6 would appear as 5. The sugar being weighed is shown up 1 gram heavier than it is on the left-hand scale and 1 gram lighter than it is on the right-hand scale. What's the actual total? Thank you, Anthony. Number of grams the sugar on both sets of scale. So, my logic is, we see a 9 on both, right? Because being broken literally means that it doesn't light up anymore, so this is like the broken one shows us what a non-lit up one would look like. So we have a 9 on both, right? So the left-hand side shows 1 gram higher. So that could either be a 7 that shows up as 8 with a missing number, or it could be an 8 that shows up as 9. Right? My logic. On the right hand side, it shows up 1 gram less. So it could be a 10 gram, aka then it shows 0, I guess. But I guess it doesn't go to 10, so I guess fine scale, so I guess we're gonna take 10 out of the equation. So let's say it's a 9. The only way that the 9 could show up as 9 with the scale showing 1 number less is as an 8, right? So the right hand side must be an 8, must be a 9, right? And on the left hand side we can either have a 7 or 8, right? I don't get this puzzle. Like this one I think I'm way too stupid for. Or too smart. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Any other ideas? Yeah, they're different, not the same on both scales. That's what I'm saying. That's not what I was saying. Like, if this one shows 9, no, considering that it's an added number, so I would have had to go from 18 all the way down. The thing is, it shows up as the same on both scales, but it could be a 9 or an 8 in both cases. But if the left-hand side is an 8 and it shows up as 1 gram higher, then the left-hand side is a 7. But it could also be an 8 that shows up as a 9, where it doesn't matter if the left-hand side is missing or not. While the other one has to be a 9 that shows up as 9 because the one on the bottom is broken, because it shows 1 gram less. So if it was an 8, it would still show up as 9 because it's broken. Yeah, I think I'm overthinking it. Oh my goodness. Okay, I googled this and it is a very stupid one. This one people are struggling a lot with.
So, in conclusion,
Yeah.
still no patch on Miss Layton, of
So the
course.
thing is, many people are saying this is bullshit. With very simple reasoning. So first of all, it doesn't light up. Even though like a failed one would still look the same in color as the rest of them. You know? Just that like you know, that's why that confuses people. Technically, because that's usually what light up, you know, light up is different and that one was different. And then the fact that it actually doesn't show it, it doesn't say. But yeah. The solution could have been 16, 17 or 18 as well if only they're working within 8 or 9 as read out. Possible actual weight being either 7 or 8 plus 9 or 10, although 10 could technically not be displayed or displayed as 0. We were actually badly misled into thinking the scales were not weighing the sugar accurately and the display was broken. The information about the display showing 1 gram heavier and 1 gram lighter are actually hints to find out the right answer, not telling you that the scales are malfunctioning and weighing sugar incorrectly. Hope you will understand the puzzle soon. So, the digital displays of the scales show black 8s, but that's just the display not turned on. We know that the scales work weight items accurately, but due to their broken display, one item will show 1 gram heavier than it is, and the other scale will show 1 gram lighter than it is. So it's actually just the display issue with the broken number. And that is the problem. Like, the wording is absolutely terrible. Let me see. If I would have gotten it in German. So. Okay. Let me see if I can find the riddle. Okay. No, the German one is ass screwed. Yeah, no. That, yeah. Yeah, no, I overthought it way too much, but many people did. This one was badly worded, because with the actual wording they had, if you think about it, it could have been like a complete... But yeah, no. The thing is, it isn't in general that they show heavier. It is in this one case that they show the grams different. That is the mistake. Like, if they have told us that in this specific case, for the numbers we have now, it was that it shows 1 gram higher and 1 gram lower, then it would have made sense. But I thought, you know, it was in general that the scales are both off, which many people did. So the wording on it in general is terrible, and the German one doesn't do it better. Many people have it, so much so that it is one of the most upvoted Reddit posts in the category Layton Reddit. It has like hundreds of upvotes actually. Oh, bravo, miss. I think cake is in order to celebrate that little victory. Sadly, though, it will have to wait until after the investigation, I think. So yeah, very terrible. Let's talk to Little Missy. These cakes are simply divine and so beautifully presented too. Alex really is so talented. You can make a cake in any shape you care to think of, you know? They all look so sumptuous. I can never decide what to buy. I think I have one of these. No, yes, no, yes. Or maybe... no, yes. When I come here, I always end up mimicking the charming ways Alex speaks. Oh, we have a clock here. Oh, the clock is a cake as well? That explains why the hands aren't turning. It's hard to tell, isn't it? I genuinely thought it was a real clock at first. Have you made your decision? Oh, it's so hard. Everything here looks so tasty. By the way, Mr. Lipsky, did you know the tower end of the one clock on the Elizabeth Tower had gone missing? No, yes, I know, of course. My Bratsy's worried about this. Yes, Hans said he was hoping to have it repaired as soon as possible. He cannot relax if clocks are not running as they should. No, naturally, I understand how he feels. So you have decided what you like? Oh, I'm sorry, we're busy admiring all your wonderful decorations. Oh yes, I think I'll go for some of your profiteroles, please. No, yes, but you have to wait for a time, if you don't mind. I always make my profiteroles fresh. I only put cream into cases when they're ordered, never before. That way cases remain crisp like they should be. Oh, that is actually very good policy. They should do that in like all bakeries that sell profiteroles. To be fair, certain profiteroles I really like when they're a little bit soggy. I guess that's the charm of them, but it depends on the taste. I also really like when they're crispy. I'm licking my lips already. Good then, I go into the kitchen and make for you. Please wait here. Huh? Picked up a sand kit? Actually, the rubbish bin there has caught my eye. Could do with being empty, couldn't it? All the rubbish is spilling out. You're going to lurk now? Hope you have a good rest of the day. Thank you. Enjoy your lurk and hope your evening goes nicely. Yes, which seems out of place in such an elegant shop. Looks like it's mostly paper in there. Perhaps I should investigate. I mean, Way is already in a bag. Let's just, you know, snoop around. There's lots of shreds of paper in the bin. Ah, it's a sketch or something, by the look of it. I wonder what. You can't tell with the paper all in pieces like that. No, we have to do something about that. Make it another puzzle. How about that? There's some pieces of paper in the bin with something drawn on both sides. Put them back together as one sheet and figure out what the picture shows. And you can flip the paper over. How interesting. Squid. No, it's not, but it kind of looks like it.
I've seen how to solve this now.
Boom.
Any mystery or
See,
any
yeah, it was
puzzle
easy
solved.
again. Nothing too hard for my brain. But yeah, the other one's wording was terrible. If I would have been able to think about it as like a thing, then, you know. Putting the pieces of paper back together show pieces of or some bread in the shape of a squid. On the back it's something that looks like the hand of a clock. Oh. Oh look, you can see what it is now. Like some kind of recipe for squid bread apparently. Ah, that sounds really unappetizing even to me and them at all. Look at the back though. What's on the back? There's something drawn on the back as well. Let's see. It's the missing hand of the Elizabeth clock tower. And there are instructions about how to make it too. It's a blueprint, miss. What the devil's a blueprint of the hand of Big Ben doing in a rubbish bin of Alex Lipsky's patisserie? I think we keep hold of that particular piece of rubbish. Is that alright, miss? Without asking, I mean. What's in the bin, Ernest? I think it's safe to assume it's no longer something Mr. Lipsky wants. Oh, and here's the man himself. Look, technically trash still belongs to that person until the trash company picks it up, so... It depends on the country you're in, if it's theft or not, buddy. Sorry to keep you waiting. Here are your Lipsky special profiteroles. Oh, thank you so much. No, yes, thank you. Hope to see you again sometimes. I'm sure that you will. Goodbye now. Good, now we've taken care of desserts. I think it's fine we headed back. Finally back to the matter at hand. We need one more. One more clue. She just casually munching on that while she's going back. Alright, Kat, where to next? You're done the restaurant and the cake shop. Please tell me you're full now. Yes, I couldn't eat another thing, so let's carry on down Chance Lane. If we keep heading north, we arrive back at the office. I know what you're thinking, miss. We're stopping in for a quick strategy meeting, aren't we? To discuss our next move. Wrong. There's the lovely... A what? Something shop. To have a peek at. Have a peek? A boutique shop, miss? Alright, that's enough, Kat. Get your mind back on the job. Come on. Ernest, back me up here. Well, if Miss Layton wants to find even more delightful clothes to wear, then I will for it, actually. Give me strength. Crap. Aw, wheezing. Oh, hope you're not wheezing for that one. Come along, the boutique awaits. That was bad. That was terrible. Yep. Still the clock handles there. So wrong side of the tower. Well, here we are outside the Layton Detective Agency, so where's the boutique shop? Just next door, come along. Are you really a detective? I'm starting to have my doubts. Will it be open, do you think, miss? Perhaps it's closed for the day if it's just a small shop. You could be right, Ernest. Well, there's only one way to find out. And the way is to search for hint coins. But yeah, you can see both of them. That means we cannot see the missing handle from here either. So, what was that guy saying about seeing the missing handle? You're not wheezing for that, but you're wheezing to hear this same one from 40 years of smoking. Yeah. Not the healthiest of choices to make, indeed. But yeah. Oh, we're hoping to buy something in the Lucky Clover? Oh, it's Granny Rattle? Well, I was hoping to browse at least. Of course you were, my dear. It's run by a lady called Clover Price. She's managing the place all on her own, you know. She stocks the most beautiful clothes, and the hats and accessories are delightful too. Passive childhood smoking? But since it's just her running the place, her opening hours are rather hit and miss. She's very lucky to be able to pick and choose when she works. She really is a lucky clover. So you don't know anything about her cat. Keep your muzzle out of other people's business. Meow. Look at that overbite. How cute. Oh, a little cat. Looks like a stray. Perhaps it's lost. Do you think might we have to help it find its mother? You were a cool ass baby, said that much. What was the island where everybody and their children and babies smoke tobacco? The one where it's super cheap. Was it Thailand? No, Thailand is not an island. Was it, what's the island called? You know where they grow tobacco leaves, and it's super cheap there, so children are chain smoking too from a very young age. Almost baby age. This is a ladder lottery. You need to add horizontal lines to it in order to reunite the lost little ones with the mother. Okay, yeah. Ladder lotteries, huh? Hold on. What did it say? Okay, never mind. So, yeah. Can we actually draw them? No. So this birdie floats down, but since the bear needs to go over, like that, the birdie's gonna go to the left and then to the right. The deer needs to go over to... Indonesia, maybe, yeah. So if the deer needs to go over, okay, let's, hold on, let me erase that. No, let's start again. Yes, I want to go with colors. Set erase, yes. Let's go with red for the, or brown for the bear. So the bear needs to go like this. And like this, okay. Then blue for the bird. So the bird goes here, so to go one over it needs to be underneath the brown. Okay. Next up the bunny, let's go with grey. The bunny needs to move one over. And now for the monkey. The monkey, let's go with this awful mustard yellow. If you put him here before that, then he's on the right path. And then the bunny needs to move one over like a little bit lower. Let me erase that. It's so awful with that offset. It's really hard to like draw. Okay, and then the deer. Let's go with orange. The deer would go over, and over. So I think that we're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
I have a feeling that perhaps...
Yay!
Thank goodness I got that right.
Ladder worlds like that are super fun in my opinion. Yeah, I did it a bit differently than I did. We did it! They all look very pleased to see the models. There's several ways to place the lines. Yes. Also, seeing smoking as cool is very subjective. I don't know how many people see that. Don't think it was lost at all. No, I'm sure you're right, miss. Doesn't actually look like a kitten. I was worried for nothing. No. Not. Hello there, mushroom head. You're from the mushroom people. Proper hacket, huh? I think you'll find this place was empty until recently, but someone set up shop here now. Yes, that does. Layton Detective Agency set on the side. See, open bracket, in other words, a snoop series, close brackets. Can't trust detectives, as you asked me. They're as bad as the master criminals. Okay, they're supposed to investigate. Well, you can trust the Layton name. The agency's motto is any mystery solved. I make it my personal mission to get to the bottom of any and every conundrum that my clients throw at me. You're the detective, so Bob, you're such an idiot. It's alright, please feel free to come in for consultation if there's anything we might be able to help with. Maybe so, but the 2-year-old will not, so does my definitely go. Nah. Unfortunately, you had absolutely zero aura and it's completely auraless. So... went all up in dust and smoke, yeah. Sangria's... oh, it's Poponos. I love the references. So the references like this don't really too much appear in the anime. A little bit, but not too much. But it's very separate, so they're more so to the game. Sangria's famous Poponos, special place, just for you, see? Poponos. Poponos? I'm sure I've seen you before somewhere, loitering around suspiciously. I'm not suspicious, I'm Benny. Anyone wearing an outfit like that needs treating suspiciously. Poponos are the special souvenirs from my homeland, Sangria. If you have a Popano, they say you get good luck forever. They say your dreams come true. They say you'll be eternally happy. Gosh, it sounds almost too good to be true. I think we have to decline. I'm afraid we're in the middle of an important investigation at the moment. No, don't say no. If you don't like my Poponos, how about a puzzle? Unfortunately, I hate it when I think there's a new message, but there isn't. It's like because of the movement out of the corner of my eye from my own stream. So sometimes I think there's a message problem up from chat when there isn't. It's like very irritating, but I'm not the only one that has that. The colors of the paints are representing the appearance of something. Apparently one of the colors can be seen every day, but which one is it? Black, blue, and sea white. Choose one of them. Okay. Which color can you see every day? I mean, clouds, I guess, are white. Black of the street lights, maybe? Because the blue sky you cannot see every day, and the sky is not black when it's like... I think it's black for this color of the street lights, right?
This should do it, I think.
No new message from chat. Why am I even looking? Aww. The pink colors are representing the appearance of the sky. Black is the night sky, blue is the sky on a clear day, and white is the sky on a cloudy day. The colors that can be seen every day, regardless of whether it's the black of the night sky. No, but it's not always black. But well, the street lights you can also see every day. Doesn't matter, the logic worked even though it was wrong. I mean, I kind of knew it was from the sky, but you know. Fantastic, you had that right. Well, thank for that. You should have liked Sangria Pop now. Really, for free? Or 2/3 of the normal price? Oh, no thank you. No? But there's no one want to buy my Poponos. I came such a long way from Sangria, so I sell my Poponos all over the world. We're sure Londoners would like them, but nobody shows any interest. Absolutely no. Londoners definitely wouldn't like what they don't know like that. I'm sorry to hear that. Would you like to buy a Popono to cheer me up? No. Doing business like this is not easy. I mean, he tried. Tried. The door won't budge. Looks like it's closed today after all. Oh, a bother. Sorry, most, but at least you can easily come again another day, seeing as it's right next door to the office. But I'm in the mood for shopping now. Do you think it's really closed? Do you think the owner will open for me? Know when to give up, cat. Dearie me, young terrorize. Never look where you're going, do you? Sorry. Just look at that puddle at your feet. Oh goodness, you're right. My shoes would have been ruined. Thank you, madam. I'm very grateful. Don't mention it. Sweet is terrible for getting wet, isn't it? It's funny that there's only a puddle here and nowhere else. I wonder why. There's nowhere for the water to drain away, of course. That's the trouble. Speaking of which, there's one other conundrum I know about drains. One of you come across it before. Okay, does that mean water, not draining? Huh? Okay, interesting. Some very complicated pipework. If you turn the correct 2 wells out of 8 at the top, water will flow out of all the exit pipes at the bottom. If the pipe splits into 2, the water will flow both ways, but only in a downward direction. Okay, 2 wells then. I mean, A needs to be for this one to work. I'll say, no, E can work for this one. Huh? Let's see. E has the most things, I'd say. So E can work for this one and for this one. And for this one and for this one. Okay. So that's E. Let's go with a different color. F would be connecting here, but not run over there. A would be running over there, but not here. D would flow pretty far. Let's go with D. D would go here, and then here, and here, and here, and here, and here. So if I'm not mistaken, the only one we're missing is this one. The one that can reach it is B. Let's see what B does. So B goes here, 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 and here. So it's B and D. Right? I don't think I'm missing any. B and D. B.
I've seen how to solve this now.
That's how you do that.
Puzzles are made for solving.
I mean, at least we hope puzzles are for solving, or else the definition won't work. Turning on both B and D make water come out of all exits. Nice. Wonderful, dear me. I wish you could solve my problem of this puddle like you solved that puzzle. There's always a puddle here after it rains. Ah, did it rain yesterday then? One of my neighbors said it was raining in the middle of the night. Yes, I don't know what she was doing out, mind you. It sounds like it was just passing shower or two, though. Rain in the middle of the night. Seems like we're getting close to the finishing of this puzzle. Her eyes seem so blue in the game. Puzzles are made for something. Solve this case? Yes. I got it. I know what happened to the missing clock hand. You do? Indeed, this mysterious history. Who did it then, miss? The timer and we have to call Inspector Hastings first. You want to hear this, of course. In fact, yes, I should think the result of forensic analysis will be ready by now. Ernest, could you trot over to Scotland Yard and pick up a copy of the results? You mean the analysis of those samples they took from the scene? Yes, that's right. Once we have that, I explain everything.
It doesn't make any sense, Cat. Clock hands don't just go missing overnight.
I mean, maybe.
Not necessarily.
At least not real
What
clock
if
hands.
the hand melted during the night? That's a possibility.
No. Just no.
I wonder. Aha! Yes! The hand of the clock must have been an enormous wafer.
Now you're taking the biscuit.
Well, traces of a substance that could be wafer were found at the base of the clock
Put
tower.
me down.
Cheryl's reaction is so funny.
Tell me you're making this up, please.
Nope.
The samples collected from the scene certainly could indicate a wafer-like material. It had me confused at first, but of course, wafer makes perfect sense.
Oh, yes. Wafer makes perfect sense for the kitty cat. But for the rest of us, who aren't crazy, it's a bit hard to swallow.
Literally.
It's the truth that's crazy, not me. Because the truth is stranger than fiction.
In this case, absolutely.
It's highly probable that the culprit is someone used to cooking cakes and pastries on a grand scale.
Who could that be?
In other words, a confectioner. We're looking for a master wafer maker.
And who could that be?
Oh, you again. What do you want now?
Well, Mr. Lipsky, it's about the person responsible for the missing hour hand.
Eh?
It's you, isn't it?
You were about to sarcastically say, yeah, wife makes perfect sense, but then he stole the words right out your mouth. Shirl is so sarcastic and I love it.
What are you talking about? This is not fair. You can't pick on me. What evidence?
If it's evidence you want, how about this?
It's drawing of hand.
I believe you made this, didn't you? As a plan for your brother, who had you make a giant clock hand out of wafer biscuit.
Their reaction is so stupid.
I was not enough careful. Like idiot. I made stew. I dropped the hand, and it was broken. Now Ambassador is coming, and we are in pickle.
So you came up with the idea of a wafer hand to buy you some time?
No, yes. It was only thing I could think of. But my Bratzy is not to blame. It was all my idea. Bratzy, no. I thought a plan, not you. Quiet, Alex. I told you just follow what I say.
It's really very charming. The idea of a giant clock hand made of wafer. It's a wonderful notion.
Still, I did not tell truth. I made big mistake. Now, I don't know what me and my Bratzy can do.
Also very impressive that a wafer can hold up like that, especially in a small anchor point like a clock hand usually has.
Oh, that's easy.
Easy?
Yes, make another one. We'll present your wonderful wafer clock hand to the ambassador as a gift. What foreign dignitary wouldn't be delighted by a life-sized replica of a piece of one of Britain's most iconic landmarks?
Uh-huh.
Random.
Oh, you British, you know how to entertain, huh? Whatever may happen, you will never exit our hearts.
So Ambassador Budufafa visit went off like clockwork, and Britain's place as a friendly ally to its European neighbours was firmly re-established. And yes, they served steak with the cake and not
Miss Layton,
the other
you're
way around.
amazing.
I can't believe it. That whole wafer thing. How wasn't that just a shaggy dog story?
Amen.
But you see, Shirl, the truth is always stranger than fiction.
Not always, but decent bit of times. Very random, isn't it? How did you like the basket, Shrill? Was it comfortable sleeping in there? Yeah, thanks, and it's beat sleeping on the streets, that for sure, or worse. Anything to stay out of the pond, or of Battersea. Well, Battersea means Battersea Park, but yeah. Well, if there's anything else at all and you need, let me know. I hear you're homeless at the moment, Shrill. You're welcome to live here at the office for a while if it would help. Yes, that would be a big help. This memory loss thing is real rough deal. Don't know who I am or where I came from. Just suddenly found myself wandering the streets. That's the first thing I remember. Until you spotted one of our flyers and decided to enlist the service of the best detective in town. Yes, that was one of the leaflets I designed that you picked up, Shrill. Miss Layton had done absolutely no advertising at all since she set up here. So, I decided to take matters into my own hand. Although we still haven't had any business. Apart from vagrant canine. Oh, well, excuse me for merely being man's best friend. No, Shrill, I didn't say I was dissatisfied. In fact, I plan to use your doginess to the full. You do? How? Actually, maybe I don't want to know. By having you do what dogs do best, using your nose, following the scent of villains from the scene of crime, for example. Oh, say, Miss Layton, what a champion idea. Yes, Shell can perform police dog duties with his heightened sense of smell. He'd be a wonderful asset to the agency. I had to rain on your parade, but the stories knows no notable smells at all. Sorry, that was too many no's. Are you telling us you can't smell anything? Not exactly. I mean, I can smell things, but no better than a human can, I'd say. Really? Oh, what disappointment. I was thinking I might actually find a use for you. You didn't realize that sarcastic dude was a dog, you love it? Yeah. Well, sorry I'm such a letdown. Never mind, I'm sure Sheriff will be refuseful in other ways. Oh, the phone. Get that, would you, Shell? Why me? Well, if you can't help sniff out the truth, the least you can do is take phone calls for me. I'm a dog. I get it. Could be someone with a job for us. What kind of set you working on, Shell? You have to pay your way somehow. Cleaning the toilet, perhaps? Or filing? No, you pass with so many tasks. Got it. You could be the Layton Detective Agency mascot. We stand here on prominent street corners, touting for business. Oh yeah, and I throw a free massage as well. Ah, it looks like Ernest finished on the phone. That was Inspector Hastings from Scotland Yard, miss. Inspector Hastings? Does he have a new case for us? A murder, actually. A murder? Big case at last. Well, yes, except... Well, it seems not that simple. Inspector said it was probably a murder. Well, it might not be a murder, but actually it seems it probably is a murder, maybe. So it's not that hard. Did someone get killed by someone else, or didn't they? I don't know, but the inspector wants you to meet him at Scotland Yard immediately. A murder that might not be a murder, but probably is a murder, maybe? Well, it's certainly intriguing. It's still a mystery that needs unraveling. Oh, bother. What's the matter with you? It's the last day of the Riverside Festival, that's all. I'd rather hope to invite you to accompany me to watch the show this evening, Miss Layton. Oh yes, I'd forgotten the festival was on in a moment. What kind of festival is it? It's a London tradition, takes place on the banks of the Thames. The huge, there are street stalls serving food and drinks and stage performances, and oh, it's rather full. Goes on for a whole week, but today's the last day. As the climactic finish to the festivities, tonight will be the Riverside Show of Devotion. Yeah, sounds like a real load. Oh, it really is. Lots of young men and women who are in love line up on the opposite banks of the Thames to face each other and declare their mutual love. What, in front of everyone else? Absolutely. They say that couples who declare their love at the Riverside Festival would find eternal happiness together, you see. Really? I had no idea about that part of the festival. It's a dry romantic, don't you think? I was hoping to escort Miss Layton so we could watch the show together, but no. Didn't you say it happens every year? There's always next year then, isn't there, Romeo? Perhaps not, actually. Numbers have been dwindling in recent years, you see. There are rumours that they might even abolish the festival altogether. This may very well be our last chance to experience it. I must admit, it does sound appealing. Really, the romance of it all gets to you too, doesn't Miss? Oh, joy. More the food stalls, probably. Sorry, Ernest, it's the food and drink stalls you mentioned that have piqued my interest. I knew it. Yeah, just a little crush. I mean, he was basically like so impressed by her and he's bootlicking. Of course he has a crush. Ruled by your hunger and not your heart. You should be a dog. Food at festivals always taste better for some reason, don't you think? It's the atmosphere, I suppose. Yes, I couldn't agree more. It's sharing with that someone special that really does it, isn't it? Yes, well, we mustn't keep Inspector Hastings waiting any longer, I suppose. Come along, you two. We need to pop over to Scotland Yard. Of course, miss. Why do I need to come? Because you need to earn your keep. You're getting free lodging here at my office, remember? Unless you prefer the street corner advertising we discussed before. I grabbed my lead. I'm studying for think I picked the wrong agency here. Case 2. Murder on the Thames. Unfortunately, she's aromatic. Shoot your shot with someone else, kid. I mean, if you cook for her, she's happy. I guess that will work. So this is the famous Scotland Yard, isn't it? It's not much of a yard, and it's not in Scotland either. As a dog who likes open spaces, both revelations are a bit of a disappointment. It's actually quite imposing, isn't it? I'd say don't forget the Metropolitan Police are responsible for keeping the peace across the entire city of London. It's a very special place, and not least because it's where Miss Layton and I first met. It's one of my most treasured memories, such a fateful meeting, wasn't it, miss? This is no time for reminiscing, Ernest. Inspector Hastings has a possible murder, or maybe not. He needs our help. Come along, let's go in. Oh, sorry, miss. Right you are. So, we are gonna solve the murder tomorrow because it's past stream time in a perfect way. So, you guys can see how the cases are gonna work. It is basically short form cases like that are all more or less connected like by a main story thing, but not, you know. But we're about to decidedly say I cook when you mentioned cooking, and then remember we were talking about wooing a child and about, you know, that never named. Yeah, no. If you think about it that way, but it would be a good idea for Ernest, not her. Also, she is 21 years old, so just saying, she's not really a child, but she's still very young. Says the person that's only a couple of years older than her, but still she's of age. Oh, this is terrible timing. Hello, Carico. I was literally just now about to raid out to, like, literally, I just finished my case at the perfect timing, and I was like, okay, time to raid out. Hope you had a good stream of your own, though. And welcome everybody to my stream, although I will send you all on another raiding journey in a second. I'm Vivi Leno Vivi. I'm a multi-streamer crafter, mainly do gaming streams, and now we're back on my normal schedule actually, which is, you know, a bit surprising considering the last half a month I was obsessed with CA. Yes, raid train indeed. Just hop on a wagon and we're gonna join the next raid. But yeah, basically we're currently playing Catriel Layton, which is well, part of the Layton series, but not quite. It's more of a spin-off from an anime that exists for the Professor Layton series. Same world, like bound to the characters from the other games, but a bit different. But lots of riddles and a lot of weird cases. Like now we finished a case where, let's just say, a baker made a giant clock hand for Big Ben out of wafer. And that didn't go well. In a different way than one might expect. But yeah, multiple gamer, like we finished Dungeon CA yesterday, going into Catriel Layton. I also play like other Nintendo games and other games in general, like Psychonauts or Turnip by Rob's a Bank and things like that. So all over the place. And I also do crafting on Thursdays. Now once again, because I skipped 3 Thursdays, whatever, for Pokemon. But hey, that doesn't count. But yeah, hope you had a lovely raid, Karigal, and nice to see you. For those who don't know Karigal in my group, although I don't think there's anybody left that doesn't, they're a variety gaming streamer, mostly cozy games, like, you know, Stardew Valley, or also like some Final Fantasy and things like that. But yeah, very cozy vibes, very nice gaming vibes. So if you haven't already, drop a follow if you want to, and let's see who is raidable from our side. I'm gonna continue Professor Layton tomorrow. We're gonna see what it is about this murder that maybe or maybe not a murder. Very strange thing. Let's see, I want to raid another cozy person. Or another person doing cozy things, I should say. Oh, hold on. The tiger is also playing Professor Layton. Which game are they playing? Which game? Huh? I mean, they only finished Miracle Mask, so I think they're at Astra and Legacy, right? I have ads. I hate ads. Which one are they playing? Astra Legacy. Okay, you know what? Let's ride the tiger. It's kind of a funny little thing that always happens. Like, they don't stream that much Layton. So it's kind of funny that every time so far we played Professor Layton, they've been playing Layton too. So let's ride the tiger. They don't only play Professor Layton, they love to play a lot of different riddle type games, but their main focus is on riddle type games, and I think they play other games too, but like every time I watched it was all just some kind of riddle type game, story-based riddle type, all things like that. But yeah, they are playing the Asran Legacy, which Okay, Garden Flowers. This is not too far in, I think. So we already finished that game. Asran Legacy was basically the game before this game. And it's like the last game in the Layton series that's truly fitting the Layton series until we get the new game next year. They said it would be this year, but guess what? They delayed the release up to next year, of course. We didn't really get many trailers. We got a gameplay trailer like a month ago. And they said it should be, like, the original game should be released end of this year, but apparently that just didn't work. So I guess now we're at next year sometime. We don't know quite when next year, but hey, the gameplay trailer so far looks quite fun, and I'm really excited to go back into the mainline Layton games, so it's a lot of fun. Yes, near Layton next year, technically in this year, which is why I wanted to finish the Layton series, the main Layton series, which we did. So now this is technically the last game besides the crossover, but that one I'm gonna play once I'm actually playing Phoenix right after, so, you know, gonna wait a bit. But anyway, I hope you all will enjoy the raid and have a lovely rest of the evening, and thanks for the raid again, and hope you all have a good day tomorrow at work if you have to, and hope to see you all back tomorrow. And that was a lot of ants. Hope they don't steal my food.